do it.
All right, so we have to move on to our last topic, and that is the new release dates. Originally, this was rumored to be May, which
March, right?
March.
Well,
originally it was March.
It was March because of that comet, projector.
Comet picture DLC thing.
Then with this leak, we heard May, and now Bungie came out and officially said it's going to be Q2 of 2015, which is actually April through June.
Yeah, April, May, June.
No. Yeah, that's right. April, May, or June. That worries me.
I think that's rough. April.
We're all on the same page. That's good.
Yeah. I think April. Okay, like March is going to be a very I got to tread through this mud. Like
people just aren't going to play.
But like if it's in May or especially June,
June would be entirely too long, in my opinion.
That's way too long.
There's too many other games that are going to come out that people are going to get invested in, and it really worries me for the player base of Destiny.
Yeah.
When we come back in June, we're pretty hardcore players. We'll probably come back. Are as many people going to be there, or is the player base just going to totally drop off?
Is it going to lead to a lot of abandonment? So I've actually been thinking a lot about okay, I'm hoping that they're saying Q2 and it's April.
Like April first week, like April 7th.
I'm hoping that, and then the rest is just kind of in case something goes wrong, like they have room.
Bungie just saying my birthday's April 5th. Just saying. I don't know what day that is this year, but yeah.
I definitely think that Q2 seems like a long time. I think early Q2 wouldn't be too bad, but anything longer than that really worries me, unless they have a whole bunch of other stuff they kind of have hiding in the wings that they're going to be pushing out. Like everyone seems to enjoy Iron Banner, but it's kind of starting to wear thin. You're like, Iron Banner again, yay!
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you have all the gear.
They might have some other stuff in their toolkit, like some more PvE events, maybe some more unique changes. Maybe they want to make the changes to, Vault of Glass and all that other upgrade stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to come in a DLC.
They had the Queens thing once.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, we don't like it.
I think what could help alleviate that pain is events, right? Like maybe some cool PvE events.
Yeah.
Bring back the Queen's Bounty stuff. Bring back Iron Banner. There's rumors of a Trials of Osiris, like a more hardcore type.
I think,
thing.
Honestly, Trials of Osiris would probably be a really, really big deal.
That's multiplayer based though, right?
But people, every time Iron Banner comes up, my chat is just like, dude, what's Trials of Osiris? I want to do Trials of Osiris right now. When can I play this Trials of Osiris thing? Like, people get pumped about that. I'm not even great at PvP, but I would bust my butt to get into some Trials of Osiris action.
It's going to be...
Especially because there's that Fate of All Fools thing that everyone thinks is coming from Trials of Osiris.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think stuff like that could really help. But honestly, I know a lot of people who, when, even though, my brother, for example, he's hardcore, especially when it comes to a game like Destiny, but if he's not playing it for a couple months, he's young. He can use the money to buy other games, So he's going to get rid of it. And he's going to trade it in or something, or sell it, and then use it to buy a different game.
I think the only thing they have going for them is, it's free. You don't have to... Well, not the DLC, but, the fact that you can play online is free.
No subscription.
Yeah, and people who ordered the more expensive versions also got it for free. The DLC for free. So I think there's still going to be a player base there, but this is a scary time for the game, leaving that big of a gap. Hard mode released in January. Right? So they really need something to fill that space. And if they're betting everything on Trials of Osiris, I'd be scared if I was on their side.
I think they at least need that, though.
They need more than that, is what I'm saying.
At the very least. If we just don't have anything, sure, a large amount of people will come back, but you got to think, a good chunk are just going to get sliced off the top and never return.
Yeah, I know you and I have been playing a little less, than we normally do because, we have just responsibilities and other games that we're playing. And if that's where we're at, then that's a little concerning for where the overall community is going to be at.
I mean, this is a question I want to ask Broman, because I pretty much have everything at this point. And
I need 6 exotics and that's it.
And I'm just I don't there's nothing and I play this game a lot, you know?
Yeah.
There's just nothing to bring me back night after night. But Broman, how do you feel? Because you stream Destiny 12 hours a day.
I mean, from my perspective as a streamer, I am getting to enjoy for my MMO experience, one of the things that I love to do as finally, once I have all my stuff, you just play the game, which is something that I really, really enjoy. You play it how you want, with who you want, you help people. So like from a streaming aspect, for me, it's almost really relaxing to finally have everything sort of finished up. Mm-hmm. But at the other end of that spectrum, that is super fun for me, but it might not be super fun for everyone who's watching. They might want to see new stuff, and the new stuff's not there. It's worrisome for me for like the Destiny Twitch community if there's a huge gap in content, because people will be like, I don't know. And I do have, most of the stuff. I only need a couple more exotics on PlayStation, and I do play on Xbox One as well, but it's kind of like a poverty character. Well, I mean, I like to play with everyone that I can, which is why I picked up the Xbox. But I'm just really I'm nervous about it. I'm excited because I like just playing the game, but I'm also nervous about it because I want new things to do too.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I love playing the game. I love streaming, and the community is fantastic on Twitch. I've been on Twitch for a while, and it's one of the best communities I've ever participated in on Twitch. And I'd hate to see all that kind of wane or go away simply because of a unreasonably long gap in content.
Yeah, even with this producer. Yeah, even with this podcast, we've noticed a huge outpouring of support, and there are other fans out there.
Yeah, just today we found out that we were on iTunes,
up and coming,
or new and noteworthy.
Noteworthy.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
and we were the /1 video game podcast for 3 weeks now.
Yeah, for 3 weeks.
That's crazy.
So I mean, it's been doing well, and a lot of people are just like, "Why?" I know. So sometimes in my streams, I get a lot of backlash, like, "Why do you still play this game?" Well, a lot of people, including myself, still play, watch, and enjoy it.
Yeah, it is such a good game because I feel like, to me, it hit a lot of just a lot of the things that I like about games. And games, like any other art forms, it's about adapting old concepts and old practices into something, and then you use that to create something new. So Destiny took a whole bunch of stuff that people like: first-person shooters, looter shooters, MMOs, grinding, slow progression, all these things that people really, really like, but they're kind of only getting maybe on a PC experience, and they brought it to console.
Yeah.
In a format that everyone loves to play on console. People love console FPSs. So there's all of this great stuff that everyone's it's got a little bit of something for everything, and if you like all of those genres, it's literally just this golden egg of a game.
Yeah.
When I first played it, I was not expecting that at all. But within 4 hours, I realized what I was playing, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love this!"
Yeah,
I think one of the things I'm scared about too, and this goes from me being my streamer point of view, is that in January, Destiny was the number 8th most watched game on Twitch. They throw out an article. I feel with this gap, we could drop off the top 10.
Yeah,
and
for
I feel
sure.
It sucks. It sucks that
it does suck. It does suck.
It sucks because it's obvious that if you keep putting out a good flow of content, that people will be there. But that gap, you can see a drop off of just people who don't want to, need to take a break.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, that's all we have time for today. I agree, Alfredo. I am a little worried, but thank you everybody for watching the podcast, the Jose-less podcast, where I stumbled through hosting.
No, this is fun.
Yeah.
So, Broman, yes. So go ahead and toss us where do you want people to find you? The Twitter, the YouTube, the Twitches.
Right. Yeah. So here you go. If you want to find me anywhere on the internet except for YouTube, you can find me Professor Broman. Professor Broman on Twitter. Professor Broman on Twitch. I don't have a Facebook page, but maybe you can find me if you look for Professor Broman. You're going to find me.
Exactly.
Primarily, if you want to see me, you want to interact with me, twitch.tv/Professor Broman. I am there literally every day streaming Destiny, or if it's not Destiny, it's something else fun. And YouTube, it is youtube.com/BenWCA. I apologize for the lack of continuity, but it's easy to remember if you're like, Waka!
That works.
It's it's how I keep myself from crying. But yeah, that's where you guys can find me. Thank you for having me on the podcast. I had an absolutely wonderful time.
Oh yeah, it's a blast. You know, I mean, there's a lot of us that love talking about Destiny, so it's like, well, why not make a podcast on it?
Yeah, it was great having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Alfredo. Where can people find your stuff?
They could find me. They can contact me on Twitter at the Alfredo Plays, and I am streaming the Destinies and now Smite on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Alfredo Plays. And occasionally I play with Broman, Goth, and all those guys.
Yeah. You can email the podcast at destiny@ign.com. We've got a lot of emails to go through, but we do at least read all of them. Thank you so much for everybody who sent an email. You can find me mostly on Twitter at Destin Legary. And thanks for watching this week. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.